I know it's a risk to speak up, but at this point, I've seen how damaging it is to the children. So, risk taken. This is an update from me. I know that it's been a long time since I've put a video on YouTube, and there are reasons for that. But I'm really just here today to share what it's like to be an alienated parent. I've told you in the past, it's really, really hard to produce these videos because it reaches the depths of my soul in the massive struggle that I have with my family situation. And sometimes it takes months afterwards to recover, but it's the every single day that us alienated parents have real life hit us, and it is brutal. It is absolutely crushing what has happened to us when we lose our children. And it's not just that our children decided not to like us, it's because there was another person involved causing a lot of problems. I have been working a lot on just getting through a day normally, like making food, getting out of bed at a decent time, cleaning the house, taking care of normal things. One of the things that has been so prevalent on my mind is how hard it is to actually speak up about parental alienation. Because on one hand, we know there was foul play by the other parent. We know they engaged in horrendous behaviors. And we know that our children were young and, just very easily manipulated, because children's brains are like sponges and they love their parents. And so they don't doubt it when they have a parent who's acting like the alienating parent does, when they, pretend to be looking out for the child and they're really not. They're doing harmful behaviors and pretending to be something helpful to the child, and it's actually extremely manipulative and, in my opinion, abusive to do that to a child because they're so young. And so we know all of that garbage has been happening, and it's real, and a lot of it is documented, and it's fact, and it's true, and it's all there, and we saw the destruction with our kids happen. But on the other side, we have people who are, still around. They are also a part of that story because they were involved. They're our children, and we want to be sensitive to their needs and their experience and to not cause more harm. But somewhere in the middle is a screaming inside person who is saying, this is so wrong and my children are hurting so bad. And that is nothing to say of, the pain that we alienated parents feel. But when we see the damage that happens to our children, it just, at some point, I was like, I know it's a risk to speak up. I know maybe some of the videos I've published before maybe aren't the greatest because it was my raw emotion, what I was really, truly experiencing. But at this point, I've seen how damaging it is to the children. And I just can't help but say somebody has got to say something, because this is so damaging to the children. And who else is going to speak up? Of course, the alienating parent or the narcissistic parent is not going to be speaking up for, anything other than trying to make themselves look good. And so it's up to us. I'm going to say something, and I'm going to do everything I can to be very sensitive about the things I say. But I damn well know that actions and words and behaviors were taken to cause harm to my child, and it is not okay. It is wrong. I think I speak for all of us here when I say that. So, risk taken, and I'm going to say something because these children deserve better, and they deserve to have a voice spoken to the things that they've gone through that, frankly, most of them probably don't have a clue what happened. They just don't. And that's the sad part, because they just don't know. That's one of the sad parts, is that they're not aware of how these behaviors were so damaging to them. And so I think the point is to say, this is me, this is real. I'm still in the thick of it. It's awful. And the children need to have a voice. I welcome you to watch all the rest of my videos, and hopefully you'll find something useful in them.